In this episode, we are joined by Caroline and Susan, the creators of Undrlndn, a creative platform that's all about
championing young British artists, including creating screenings for its community and community-based nights beyond just screenings.
And we talk about it all, the ups and downs of the creative field, the creative scene within the UK, what it means to enter the field.
And we enter into the edit room,
where they talk to a bunch of different creatives within the scene. Sit back
and enjoy.
Thank you guys for joining us here on Outtake Show.
No worries. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure having you guys. It's so funny because like, I saw you guys on TikTok. Some of your videos start popping up on the TikTok feed. I think that's when we start staging and having like brief conversations. But I was quite blown away with like the inner work. You don't really see much platforms doing like more of a behind the scenes talks with creators. So when I saw some of these videos start popping up, I was like very intrigued because especially in the UK, we don't seem to have these type of conversations. So of course you got this platform Undrlndn. I would love to just get an understanding of like how did it all come about?
Well, I kind of grew up in the kind of DIY creative scene.
Yeah.
Where a lot of us, started from like community arts, attending things after college. I did film studies for like my A-level, and that was like, and then from that I kind of was doing a lot of stuff after school. And then through that I met a lot of people, and then one thing kind of led to another. I was going like, back in the day there was still a lot of like film screenings, but maybe it wasn't as official as it is now from other platforms. Like Latimer, there was a platform, I don't know if you remember Latimer Talks.
Latimer Talks.
Think so.
They were like based in like South Bank.
Oh, really?
But they were like an early pioneer. Like me and my friends would just go after college, even finish early our lessons, we would go.
That's it. And they did like a bunch of different film screenings and stuff like that then.
Yeah,
oh, nice.
That was like one of the first ones I would go to.
Yeah.
And then from that, I was just getting involved with things, and then people were like, okay, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? So it was a very much DIY culture. I think it still is today, but I think back then you did a lot more in person because social media was still, Instagram wasn't the Instagram it was today, you know what I mean? Like 10 years ago, it was like you had to be there in person, and the experience was the main marketing. If the experience wasn't good, like people weren't going to come back the next time.
Yeah.
And then from that, I kind of wanted to have more like, I think I had like a voice and I knew what I liked. And then I think that platform was born through me just kind of carving out my own lane.
Yeah.
And I think over the years, like, I've been lucky that people still want to like check in, and they still like, find things interesting that we share. So that's how it kind of grew.
Oh, so it kind of started from, it wasn't planned in mind. It kind of just came to fruition through just like building through.
Yeah.
Just from connections and just knowing different people within the space.
Yeah, because I think growing up, like, I think especially like, I don't know, me and Susan sometimes talk about it, when you grow up in certain, like, I don't know, just could be an area or like certain cultures, like they don't think this is actually, like they don't think this is real.
Oh yeah. But like, mum's always telling you like you're doing art.
What is that?
Art.
Yeah.
How is art going to pay the bills?
And they also just think there's only like one or two jobs, like it's either director or the person behind the camera. So you don't know there's other
types
jobs in it as well. So Susan, how did you enter into the mix?
So I've always known Caroline for a long time. We go to the same church, so we've known each other for like 20 years probably.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And like, so I'll be helping her in terms of if she had screenings and she needed photography or like social media content stuff. So that's how I started working alongside her.
Nice.
So yeah, so she's given me a lot of opportunities, and that's how I help with Undrlndn.
Oh, sick. So with Undrlndn, what would you best describe it as? Because I feel like there's a lot of different stuff that's happening.
It's got like a lot of different branches.
Yeah, I think the main thing is it's a platform for like new talent, and it's London based, but hopefully taking what we have here globally. That's like the North Star, or like the end goal. The reason why we called it Under is because I've always kind of seen myself as like an underdog, someone who always like, I don't know, I think in my career I've always felt like I've had to like, I've always done more than what's expected of me, or kind of like tried to like push beyond what was the box.
Yeah.
And I feel like even what I post, even on my personal story, sometimes it's like a new point of view or something a bit left of center, but something that's like a new perspective on things, or something that I liked, that I was just like, I think this is really amazing, let's share it.
Yeah.
So, and obviously the London bit, because like there was a lot happening here, and I still feel like even almost like 8-9 years later, it's still the same, and
Yeah.
I'm still curious. I still have a curiosity to discover, because I still feel like every project we do, we learn so much, and we're like, even every screening. I started this when I was young, even just being a part of all of this when I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
Now I'm older, so I'm seeing that next generation come through,
Yeah.
and that's a whole learning thing, and seeing like sometimes that, like how they receive things is super interesting as well.
What have you taken from the new generation? Is there like a specific thing you've seen a direct difference between the two different generations, between the old and the new?
Oh, we were talking about this
Yeah,
beforehand.
this room was in prep.
The briefing.
I feel like we were doing oh my gosh, focus groups, and I feel like the one thing I noticed is that they're direct. They'll give it to you how it is in terms of feedback. Where like probably our age are probably more softer and nicer, but like not that we took it personally, but they're very like direct. Like, nah, get rid of that. What is that? That doesn't make sense. Like, they're very direct. And then I think what was I gonna say? I don't want to sound like I'm coming for them, but like.
Well, if they take it direct, I'm sure they can receive it as well.
True. You'd hope so.
You hope so, yeah.
Yeah, I just think they're probably. Actually, what do you think?
I think because I think like a couple months ago I was at LSA, and then I was meeting which is London Screen Academy, which is like the first free like film sixth form. Like anyone can come and learn different, whether or not you're directing, lighting, costume, you can go there for free, and like you still learn like maths, English, and your like core subjects, but there's nothing really out there like that for like, especially for film. And a lot of the students get a chance to like work professionally in film. So when I met them, I was like, wow, like afterwards they were like proper talking to me. And then even when I was out, I think a couple of weeks ago, someone was like, I've recognized you. And I was like, okay, like where from? Like, I was like, oh, okay, yes. So I think there's a lot of great people coming through who are motivated. I think the one thing I'm still adapting to, and even with our TikTok, there's still like a lot we want to do with it, and our Instagram is just like how their digital life is completely different. I feel like their digital life, I think with me, I have a separate life. My digital life is in one place, my real life is in another. Correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like it's them, it's like that.
Yeah. It's locked in.
So that's been an interesting adjustment for me, because I feel like online I feel comfortable sharing like stuff I'm doing or like a take, but I think with some things I'm a bit more like, I'll log off for days if I just need time to myself. Whereas I think maybe, I don't know, maybe this generation, that's not really like, you have to like always be.
I feel like they're in go mode all the time, especially with social media and everyone's doing stuff. They feel like they have to be doing stuff as well. That being said, seeing that you do work with like a younger generation as well in the field. We do have a lot of like, always seem to be like a lot of like young filmmakers as well. What would you say is like the route for someone in the UK in terms of like getting their stuff out there or getting into this industry? Do you think there's a direct pathway, or is there like certain stuff that you may have to do?
What do you think, Susan?
I feel like now it's more spoke about apprenticeships and stuff like that you can get into. When I was younger, like the only apprenticeship that we knew, it was either you go to uni, or if you want to do an apprenticeship, it was probably like hairdressing or construction work. So I feel like now there's more like of those paths that you can go into. Like if you want to try and get into the industry, maybe do an apprenticeship, or like in her university, they do a lot of like workshops. So it's even probably attending certain workshops, networking with people, trying to go to network events. Because I feel like now there's probably way more stuff out there compared to like maybe when I was in school back in the days. So I think maybe they can navigate through that way.
Which uni did you go to, Karen?
I didn't attend, so I don't have a degree, guys. So I don't know why I'm laughing. That's not funny. Get a degree. So I also work with the industry and careers team at Ravensbourne, which is a specialist creative uni. They've branched out now into expand into tech and business, but mostly they're known for kind of creative design,
photography,
fashion.
video. I believe a friend of the show, Clem, goes to Ravensbourne.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
A lot of filmmakers went there. Charlotte Regan went there. Chris Chucky.
I tried to go there. Declined.
No, if I was
go-
there, I would have
had to go
I would have brought you in. Don't worry, don't worry.
No, I got to go Bournemouth. That was expensive.
Don't need it anyway.
But that's been super interesting as well. To just seeing how opportunities are filtered to people and like working on projects. So that's been completely different because I didn't come from that higher education route.
Yeah.
So I feel like if someone does want to get into something, they just have to, it's a journey, but I would say be clear on the work you want to make.
Yeah.
And start to kind of own your voice. Because I think even with what I do, it's still, it's particular, it's not for everyone, but I think through it being particular, it's made its own way. Whereas I think if I was for everyone, I don't think I would have like done the certain projects I've done.
Yeah.
So I think I just owned the things that made me different and I just kind of carved out my own lane. And I did a lot of like shadowing as well when I was really younger, and just being in the right spaces really did help me, and one thing kind of led to another. So I would say it's great to like, digital presence is great, but there's nothing like energy, like real life energy. So when you do get that opportunity and it is the right fit, just try and make sure you're in those spaces.
Yeah, that's nice. I think like there's been like an ongoing conversation within the London creative scene. Some people believe that there is no London creative scene, and I feel like your platform kind of disproves that myth that there is actually a space. But we'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the London creative scene, whether there is one or why people have that notion that there isn't.
Or the stigma towards how it can be potentially a bit elitist.
Ooh, expand.
So you know how like some people say that a lot of the time it's like private or higher school kids within the creative scene, and so it's very hard and they're very like pushing people away from working class culture, and if you know them, that's your way in. If you don't know them, it's really difficult. And I think there's been loads of skits about it as well. So like, yeah, I'm just kind of curious about how you feel based off of your experience and what you know versus this like weird stigma that's been like cultivating online.
Do you want to answer that? I think
You
like
can-
you
answer first.
No, you go to more like industry events, so maybe.
I feel like, I don't know if I've been in my own bubble then. I haven't really, because I think I've given a lot of my life to this. Like, probably like over half of my life now to this, and I feel like I'm lucky that I've met great people along my path. With what you're saying, sometimes if I do sense it, I just know that's not the room I'm meant to be in. And I just know, hey, that frequency is not for me. But I don't really, because I think my events are like, our events are a bit different. And even the events I go to, it's not a what you're doing thing, because I think the reason why I've known people for a long time is because I met them when we were like teenagers, and I've watched that journey, and that kind of connection is organic. It cannot be over time. You kind of, people prove themselves over time, and that they know if you have integrity, they know if you're like a not just your ability, but whether or not, you know, you're a true upright person. So I think for me, like, loyalty and integrity are like so important to me, even outside of like a business thing. I think the people who like Anna Marie or Valerie or Tayo, the people with that, I know that they will talk to me even if it wasn't a business thing. They'll be like, the first question will be, "How are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of like, "What are you doing? What was?" So I think because I've built our community in that way, it's kind of steered us away from that other stuff. And that will always be here. I'm sure as our careers progress and we enter into like new circles, that will just be heightened.
Yeah.
But I don't think that way kind of works for me.
I think that's what kind of the advice I kind of give to creatives. Like, sometimes you just have to find your friend, find your social group. I think we're too busy trying to find or trying to connect with the person that maybe has a stronger following, or like has like in terms of like has the stats on the resume, opposed to finding people that you kind of just gel with a lot more and kind of building with them. And I think that's kind of the main approach. I think new creatives or young creators or just creators alike should just find their pack and kind of just go with them. Because it seems like from the in the edit room, it seems like the people you had on there is like people that you've kind of probably known through the time. Speaking of in the edit room, it was interesting because like obviously I know Anna Marie, shout out to Anna Marie. But it was interesting to see like Meek and Frost, because these are two individuals, music video directors that are really good in their field, but like they don't show themselves or like they don't talk. They kind of like make their stuff and go through. So like, are you guys can just break me down in terms of like how this series came about and like getting these people for this first season?
We've been working on this since 2023. Yeah.
Oh really?
So we've been working on it for a long time. I think it was around December 2023 because I remember I just quit my corporate job, and then Caroline hit me up saying she wants to work on her own content.
Nice.
And I feel like yeah, it's been a journey, but like everything we put into like was worth it. And like you were saying something in the beginning, sometimes you don't realize there's more jobs than just filming and directing.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I learned. Like within the edit room, there's so much that goes into it. Like we thought we could just do it ourselves, but we realized you actually need a team if you want to make things work.
Yeah.
And it's important that you gel with the people that you work with. And I think with the people that we interviewed, like we all just, like it was just natural conversations. We gelled correctly in the interviews. And I feel like if we just wanted to go, like as you was, I forgot what you said again. Like I feel like, yeah, it was just a natural, comfortable, like they had a lot of time for us. And
yeah,
like,
you can see it in episodes. You can see
Yeah.
how like chilled and relaxed. Like
Yeah.
I never even knew Meek and Frost will show their faces. They
Yeah.
seem like very much like just keep to themselves. You know, some creatives
Yeah.
are kind of like when they're just like the work speaks
Yeah.
for it and just go behind it. So when I saw them, particularly their episode, I was like, oh, they're actually like showing themselves and like talking as well, compared to the others where you kind of expect them
Yeah.
to like to give themselves. So it's quite interesting.
So much went wrong during their filming.
Oh,
So
really?
they had we had to redo, I forgot which one it was again. We had to redo the audio. So like,
Yeah.
like they had a lot of patience for us.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, they were really, really like we were so appreciative. Like
Yeah.
how much, all of them, all five, sorry, like how much time and patience they had with us. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What was your biggest learning take from the edit room? Apart from you need a bigger team.
That is worth it at the end. And I think the core decision we could have, like there's people I know that I could have emailed and that would have been like, okay, like this is, but I love the integrity of how we kept people who we generally respected and people who we knew their energy was right for the show.
Yeah.
I think it kind of interesting to link back to what you were saying about the creative scene, how it's important it doesn't turn into like social climbing.
Yeah.
And that you stay true to your path and your voice. I think all the people we picked, we admired their work, but we also admired how they carried themselves as people. And during the filming, like, I don't think not one person was late. Everyone was like early. Everyone was like, okay, do you need anything else? They were sending us over like archive, a lot of archive. They were really like sharing personal things. I think we've met like Tayo's family, we've met Meeks and Frost's family.
Oh, nice.
At the screening they brought. They were like sharing things online. So I think it was kind of like a canon project or like a catalyst project to like how I want to work in the future. Because sometimes people think, oh, like I have to do this, this, and this, and we kind of just did things our way and at our pace and at our rhythm, and trusted that, okay, if we do this and then we're just consistent with it over the next like year or so, or just like keep that legacy piece, it will attract who it's meant to attract in terms of viewers, in terms of the filmmaking community we do want to build. So yeah, that was the main thing I kind of learned, staying true to like my voice or my gut.
Yeah.
And yeah, like realizing it's a lot that goes into these things behind the scenes, because I worked a lot as a like say when I worked with my friends on their short films, there was already like a massive team behind them.
Yeah.
With us, it was just like we had to learn a lot, even about post-production, about okay, relying on our contacts, who's the best post house for grading. Like we had to really learn like ADR, we had to learn all of those things, DCP. So it was kind of a crash course for us. Because we did want the final episodes to be like of a certain standard and of a certain quality. So we had to really like upskill quickly, and kind of do it independently. We wanted to make sure we could kind of stand on our own 2 feet.
Yeah. I mean, like, I see it through the episodes. I feel like what I really liked about this particular season was like everyone was so different from one another. Like we had a presenter, we had a music video director, we had a editor, like animation. I think they had a bunch of different roles. Is it Tyler that had a bunch of different? I think they did animation, but he also did filming and editing as well. And then we had a producer as well. So it was a nice, healthy mix of different roles to let you know, hey, there's different jobs in this field. And obviously, selfishly, because I come from I started off with music videos, the Meek and Frost episode just really resonated to me. And I like the fact that they showed the music videos they've done, but it showed that there's a contrast with the music videos they do. So it's not, they can show you the UK rap stuff, but also show you some opera stuff as well, which is like, okay, there's a balance, or taking that type of style of editing into that as well. So I thought that was really, really nice to see. Is there going to be a season 2? Is there plans for a season 2?
God willing.
God willing, yes.
That's what we hope for.
Yes, I think it's a legacy piece. I think In the Edit Room was deeper than just a project out there. It was kind of a bit about how my journey's been over the last 8 or so years. And I think what you saw on camera is the relationship we have with them in real life.
Yeah.
The energy, the openness. We wanted it to be insights as well, because I've always been curious. I always like seeing, okay, what happened? That's just me. But also I think it captured the personality and fun we wanted to have, and how we would laugh all day, and so both of those things can coexist in the right space. So I think I would love to do more and hopefully release them at the end of this year, and just build it as kind of a legacy piece that, you know how Criterion Collection has the In the Closet, where they go and pick out the DVDs. I think on our platform as well, I think it'll be good to create some kind of legacy pieces or original stuff that we've kind of created, as well with the UK scene as well. I think what we did is we wanted to archive people while they were here, because I think sometimes people wait for okay, when someone is
when they blow up.
And we were no, let's celebrate them now.
And that's good brownie points as well, because when they blow up, then you can be I was there from the beginning.
The investment in the stock.
I was there from the very beginning. I mean, that's great to see. Is there any particular roles within the industry that you feel would be good for potential next season or next batch?
You know what? I'm going to be curious, and I'm going to jump off of Junior's question. You see, curation. I'm curious about that. I've because you guys do curating for screenings and stuff. Do you do that individually? Do you work with people? How does that?
So it's a bit of both. I think a curator is kind of I don't want to say tastemaker, because it sounds a bit you know, it's
there's a little bit of tastemaker-ish.
But I would kind of do it back of house. People ask me, what do you like? What you into? Even if you guys if people follow me on my personal social media, if I am when I do share stuff, it's just kind of what I like, and then people were asking then it turned into screenings, or, you know, I've interned for a few people as well, helping them. So that's something I genuinely love, and it comes natural to me. It's like, it's kind of like, it's what I've been doing since I was like really little. I used to like bring DVDs to my friend's house, and then they'll be like, "There's so many DVDs now, Caroline." Like, stop. But that kind of, I ended up kind of making, you know, doing that in real life.
Yeah.
And then from then, like companies like back in the day, Galdem, got in touch. Since then, we've worked with like quite a few people. On a range of different things, but I think I see myself as a creative producer, someone who can see things, who can shape and bring things together. It's all the same thing, really. I think a good curator knows what they like, and I've always kind of known what I like, even if it was quite distinct, even if it was quite niche. I always knew, okay, this is what I like. So it's been good to kind of champion that, and I think there wasn't a lot of people who looked like me kind of doing it when I started.
Yeah.
So now it's something that I would encourage people to do, because even Susan was like, "Oh, I would have never gone to these cinemas if you was."
You don't like the cinema?
Yeah, well, the ones we go to, but like, she's like, it's a whole. Whenever I go over, I'm just introduced to like different things, different people. So I'm always like constantly learning, because she's more active in the creative industry. I feel like I'm more behind the scenes, but she's more active, so I'm learning a lot from her.
How do you find that then, the creative journey you're being going on?
Like, for example, in the edit room, I feel like I've just learned so much. Like, I've been introduced to like words I've never heard. I'm like, what's that? What does that mean? But like when she said you have to convert the files, so I didn't know, like for cinema, for instance, you can't just give somebody your drive. You have to convert it into, what's it called? DCP.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm DCP and all of that. I feel like, it's just a lot of learning, and it's just interesting. I'm finding it interesting and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I think that's what the series itself kind of gives. It gives a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I think the best thing it does is like it lets people know that yes, it's creative. A creative can be fun, but it's also a job, and there's work behind it as well. So it's like actually seeing how the process is quite interesting.
That's what we wanted to show, because we've been like interested from like behind the music, like back in the days, those type of shows where you see like an artist's journey. So it's like, even if you didn't want to be a musician, like a singer, like you're still interested to see how they got to where they got to, or like sometimes like a music producer, like how they get like a sound from the 80s and how they made it into something now. So it's just like I'm just always interested in the process, even though I don't want to be a music producer, but I'm interested just to see like the work people put in.
Yeah.
So that's what we wanted to show in the edit room. So it's like, cool, you might not want to be a music director or film, but you're still interested in like watching the journey and the process. Because I think sometimes people can think the creative industry is just easy.
Yeah.
But it's just like seeing that, you see actually it takes a lot of work, and people, it's not overnight success. Like you hear their stories and where they've come from and where they are now and where they're gonna go. So that's what we wanted to show as well in the edit room.
Yeah, I think you guys did an amazing job with it. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, especially with me coming from the background I'm coming from, it's like just really just related to me. And most importantly, I just want everyday people just to see that and get a better understanding of like how this whole process goes. You guys spoke a lot about screenings. Is there any like screenings coming up soon or anything that we should be prepared for?
Yeah, I love cinema screenings. I think obviously I talked about how a lot of like kind of my early career I was like curating a lot from people, so I was really like deep in that scene. And I think recently I've wanted to kind of produce my own work and to kind of obviously that takes a lot of time, and like create my own, because I think all that stuff I was doing, it was like still my own voice but having my own DNA into it. But yeah, there's a couple of hopefully we did a screening last year called The Return of the Music Video, which
that was sick. Because music videos seem like a lot of people forgot how music videos are. Like people seem to stop watching it. I don't know what was the switch. I think social media played a huge part into why people stopped watching music videos. So it was interesting seeing you guys do that.
But it was also like the removal of like music video channels.
Yeah.
Because like I remember like
MTV.
every morning I'd go to my friend's house and there would be like a music video of like music for music in the background always, and that was always playing, and we'd be like, oh, this music video is about to drop, and everyone would make a big thing out of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like now it's not as big anymore.
Yeah. So the return of the music videos, you doing the screening for it, that was sick.
Yeah, we did it last year, and that was like even like I just did it from like because I grew up same as everyone else. I'll just put on a music video channel for 6 hours. I would watch like the same music video, and those videos in the noughties. So I was a child in like the noughties. They had budget, like they were not like there was
those video vixens will get money.
They
were getting money.
They were paid correctly.
A lot of them became like Hollywood stars as well. That was such an entry point for so many people. So like I don't know, I grew up watching videos by like Dave Myers, Jake Nava.
I love Dave Myers. He's one of my favorite directors. But
And we emailed his team for return of the music video, and we were like, hey, like I just shared with him like a hyperlink of my LinkedIn profile. I was like, okay, like I was just like, this is what we're doing, and then I got an email back from his assistant saying, oh, Dave loves the idea. He loves what you guys are doing. Yeah, what music videos do you want?
Sick.
And then he sent over like all his stuff. Like he was the first one to say yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like in some way I do actually one day if I ever get to meet him in person, I'm gonna be like, he basically kind of started this whole thing. So I think once he said yes, everyone else said yes.
Yeah.
Everyone was like yes, and we got quite a few like big, because we had to get like the official files, so I had to ask for permission because it's in a cinema.
Yeah.
So that one I think I was really lucky with, but I think it was deeper than just. I think maybe I was just the person who connected the dots and just did something selfishly I would like to see, because I was kind of getting a bit tired of just visualizers. I'm like, I need to see some craftsmanship in this. I need to see like something. I don't just want like a
loop.
Please find the budget, do something. Like I need to see something.
Lyrics in the background.
It's getting bad because I saw recently on Twitter there was like an artist that was calling a music video a visualizer. Then everyone's like, this is not a visualizer, this is a music video. So I feel like people have now switched the term now where they think visualizers mean music videos now. So it's like there's like a blurred line going on right now. So it was interesting seeing like a music video screening. I'm sure that the audience there was definitely vibing quite a lot then.
Yeah. How did you find it, Susan? Because I know it was like Susan helped us do like content for the screening, and like I was like, yeah, it was kind of, we had a mixture of stuff, but like that's why I love working with Susan so much, is because like sometimes I have my niche like indie stuff, but sometimes I need an outside voice. I'm like, is this too much? Do you understand like what I'm trying to do here?
No, I liked it. I enjoyed it because it's a thing of like, I don't nowadays we don't watch music videos, and I used to love watching music videos. Like as you said, the countdown, I'd watch one of Six and Park, like the episode after school. I couldn't wait to go back and watch that and watch everyone's music video. So it was nice. It gave that nostalgic feeling. So yeah, because I think who goes home nowadays to go watch a music video? Like it's not a thing. There's nothing like that anyway.
Yeah.
It's only like very rarely, and then for me it's like, oh, I'm gonna put on a boiler room set, and it's because I know this is a particular person, but it doesn't have the same feel because it's a set, not a music video.
Yeah, that was something. I think that out of my whole, that and probably I did something back in the day with British Brown Girls where we showed like stuff, TV pilots and films by British South Asian women or young women, and then we showed like We Are Lady Parts, which is
I've seen it. The punk band
it's like
that was on Channel 4. Right?
That one we showed. Nida came to the screening. We showed Joy Crook's music video at the start and at the end, and she came coincidentally. I think that one was a thing in this. I've done quite a few things, but I think that project, that was when I started to kind of make that voice. It was bigger than me.
Yeah.
It kind of was kind of a mission that a lot of people could relate to, and I think the music video one as well, maybe there was a gap between that of 6 years. I think the music video one, after I did that, I think a lot of people still to this day, they forward me stuff, they're like, oh, when's the, like, I think it was when I kind of trusted my voice and all those ideas. And I think that Galdem had reached out, but it started off from a Google Doc, me just putting down things I like, and then I was like, I'm gonna do a music video at the start and at the finish to book. Like people weren't really doing things like that.
Yeah.
It was like, and then they all said yes after like, and I shared it with them. The music video one, I was in a Krispy Kreme's in Enfield.
I think I know exactly which one you're talking about, the one in the car park.
And then I went to the Krispy Kreme's in Stratford, and the woman behind there was like, "You don't need to buy drinks here anymore." Like, she was just, because I was just in there just sending out emails, and I just did it there. Like, so that just shows, like, when you've got an idea and you feel strongly about it, just do it, because through that, like, a lot of people, I think it was deeper. I think people met each other at the event, but I think if I was like, okay, if I do want to like produce or like be in this, let me do it for good. Let me not just, those projects were bigger than, like, they were bigger than just a Caroline thing. It was, or Undrlndn thing. It was kind of like, kind of brought connection to people, and it brought what really mattered back into the cultural landscape. Yeah, even crazy things like, we emailed like Kendrick's team, and they said yes to Lufa, being like, it was pretty crazy.
Nice.
Then I realized it's bigger than than me.
It shows that you have an idea that a lot of people actually want to get done, but they didn't have the person to kind of put it together. Like, I feel like everyone has like something they want to do, but no one pushes the button, and I think they're kind of just waiting for someone else to do it. And in this case, it was yourself that kind of let people know, I'm doing this. Like, oh, you know, I've been wanting to do something like this. So it's like even emailing someone like Dave, like showing that, giving the music video to you, is like, he probably wanted to do this. Like, I think music videos don't really get treated as art because of like, maybe it's the song, or it's because how it's, I don't know, maybe it's how it's kind of been looked at over the years. But like, bringing it to the cinema just makes people just like, we want to appreciate this a lot more than just like vibing to the song. Like, the visual aspects of it holds weight just as much as the lyrics. So kudos to you for doing that. That's amazing.
Thank you. I was kind of reliving my fantasies as well, because when I was watching it, we would curate, like, we did videos where, you remember back in the day when celebrities would make cameos in music videos, or you have like A-class actors.
Yeah.
Like, all of that we tried to put in, and we had like, there's a great music video channel called Loza, which are like kind of working with a lot of great artists. So I think that's definitely, I think, in my path moving forward with yeah, definitely like the feature films and stuff. Of course, that's kind of like what we started to do, but I think, you know, as a legacy, we can also put forward some new ideas and see what resonates. So we would love to continue on the legacy for that. And even on social media, I've been seeing, someone forwarded to me a thread the other day of people saying exactly the same thing. I think it's a shared thought that they don't want to see visualizers anymore. They want to see people treat that medium with respect.
It's all gone chaos now.
Yes. So hopefully, but there are some great young music videos, video directors out there. So I think when they do drop their videos, like, share it, repost it.
Yeah.
Who knows? You might do the next Wicked film.
Yeah. No, yeah, because the Wicked director, he came from the music background. There's a lot of big directors that came from a music video background as well, so it's definitely something that should be.
Scorsese did was it Bad?
Yeah, by Michael Jackson. Antoine Fuqua, who did Michael, started off in music videos. F. Gary Gray, a lot of Mark Romanek, a lot of them. The list is kind of endless. So yeah, I think we just have to, we can't ignore that we're all online now. Things have to continue to move forward. We can't be stuck in the past. We have to evolve. So if anyone is like, has an idea to like start the next, I don't know, MTV of this generation, or a new 106 and Park. But I watched like the BET Awards this year, and I thought it was like amazing.
Yeah,
they did good. They seemed like they had the budget this time. They got Drewski the host, and I feel like they got everyone that needed to be there to be there. I think probably the best one they've done in quite a while. I remember one time they did it in the strip club. I was like, where's the money going? Like, they were all over the place, but I think that they finally found their bearings and realized that like there's a way to do it, and they go back to basics. So it's good to see that they're heading to the right path. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of happy. I think that one is kind of, even if it leaves my hands, I feel like it was kind of a risk as well. Even with some of the stuff I've done, it's like, oh, okay, like this is like a new idea, or even with Edit Room as well, because we were seeing like a certain style of content was kind of doing very well, like that homemade stuff, but the way we shot it was a bit different. So I think it was just us being confident in our own voice and
Yeah.
how we like to do things. And Susan was very encouraging. She was just like, no, you've got to have your own style. She was like very like, because there'll be times when we were like, oh, we like, should we just like do what is out there? But she really did encourage me to like continue to like stay true to our vision and not sway.
Yeah.
In the, because there's a lot of stuff out there as well.
Yeah, it's easy to end up following the
Yeah.
wave of what everyone
Yeah.
else is doing.
What's
But-
on trend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the moment you find your unique style, that's what makes you original, and then people start gravitating towards you.
Yeah.
So that's always the best way that I look at it. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us on here. Is there any, you mentioned there's a couple projects coming out soon that people check out?
Yeah, like definitely we'll post it over. So we're gonna post the full episode so people can have a look, and hopefully they're legacy pieces, because I think, like you were saying, there was a lot of people shouted out in the episodes as well. So
Yeah.
you get to like, you know, look them up or pause the the
Yeah.
episode or like follow
Definitely
them.
Not that person.
Check out.
She sounds familiar.
Pause. So yeah, that's what we wanted it to be. Even if like, kind of like to abolish like gatekeeping
Yeah.
Yeah.
and to like bring it in a very way that's like thoughtful and with care. So yeah, the episodes will be online. I would love to. I think I want to kind of do more with we've got a couple of things that people have like asked us to partner with.
Nice.
So yeah, like definitely follow us at Undrlndn, UNDRLNDN. Also, I've got my personal page as well that is my name, so you can just search it up, and I always post stuff on my story. But definitely just being a bit more bold in like my producing and stuff, and showing that like the UK, like we are doing our thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like
That there's a scene here, and they're actually doing bits right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not like I want to be like part of something that is a good part of it, not just something that, you know, and I want to do it properly as well and show growth every year. So yeah, Susan, how about yourself?
Yeah, it's just we'll drop the full episodes on YouTube. Hopefully we'll film another season, another episode, so we can have you guys on.
Yes.
Hear you guys. Hear you guys.
I'm gonna end up talking too much.
That's good. It's good. Hear you guys' stories and hear what you guys are working on. But yeah, that's it. And you can. My Instagram is shotbysue_. So you can follow me on there. Hopefully I'll be doing more producing and stuff for content and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Like I said, it's been a pleasure. It's like finding you guys from TikTok now, bringing you guys on here to talk. What you guys are doing is amazing. I love the fact that you guys are bringing a bunch of different people from different walks of life together, and letting people know there is a creative field, there's a creative scene, and it's doing bits. So congratulations on everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Like they said, be sure to check them out on socials. It'll be all over in the description or maybe on the screen, depending how I feel about like editing and stuff. But Susan and Caroline, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.